thanks for being here, everybody, and fitting that we've got somewhat of a snowstorm in parts of the city today. Not here, though, but glad that you could be with us. We know how unpredictable the weather is in the inland Northwest, and the one thing we want to be predictable about is how we respond to it. So each year we like to listen and get the feedback of people in the community so that we can refine and improve our plans to serve the needs of people in the community and also in neighborhoods. Citizens has made it known that their number one priority is very, very simple. They want more plowing in more areas and sooner. So an efficient and effective snow response is vital to the safety of our pedestrians, to our commuters, and despite the strain on our annual budget right now, especially because of COVID, we have prioritized spending on snow efforts. Just like every other city service that has been impacted this year because of the health pandemic, our plow efforts will depend on cooperation from the community, and we really need help from the community. So we know that more people are working from home during the day in our residential areas with ongoing telework and distance learning for children. That adds to the number of vehicles on our streets. So parking on the odd side of the street is going to be that much more important right now, and so that our plows can be efficient and effective in being able to clear our roads. One of the most popular changes that we've made in recent years, of course, is the addition of snow gates. Snow gates allow the plow drivers to prevent berming in people on their driveways. And this year we've added one more. So we now have a total of 17 gates. And in line with our commitment to continuous improvement, the street department is adding something new this year. It's called a wing blade. This piece of equipment is designed to provide greater maneuverability in tight spaces, and we think it will aid response in some of our older neighborhoods that have narrower streets. So we've installed the wing blade on a front end loader, which already is the most maneuverable piece of large equipment in the fleet. And if we like the equipment, we will consider using more wing blades in the future. So kind of testing it out this year. But that's not all of the changes that we're working on. Our team has been thinking creatively to improve response without adding additional costs. So one of the things that we're doing this year is we are stockpiling supplies of de-icer and sand in additional places throughout the city, more locations, so that our drivers can reload in more places and much more quickly. So the sand behind me and de-icer on the other side. So we'll have more locations with both of those elements. We're also adding a station to measure street temperatures at higher elevations in our city. That's to see if we can use that information to then customize our response and achieve even better outcomes. So while we can't predict exactly when and just how much the snow will, when it will come and how much we'll get, we are pleased to provide a plan that is adaptable and is meeting the community needs. So right now I'd like to invite our Public Works Director, Scott Simmons, to come up and continue.
Thank you, Mayor. As the city's Public Works Director, I can tell you that it takes a team effort to make our snow response come together each year. That means modifying our shifts in the winter to respond to changing conditions at all hours. It means supporting our street crew by bringing employees from our water and wastewater to assist with the plowing, and allows us to provide a full city plow in about 3 days. It also means shoveling the sidewalks around our city properties to aid for our pedestrians and people who utilize those. And it means collaborating with our citizens. We're asking our citizens to help us make winter easier for all of us. As the mayor mentioned, parking on the odd side of the street during snow season. This is particularly important this year. We know that some neighbors are short on parking, and whenever possible, we'd encourage people to make a habit for the entire season to park on the odd side of the street. In downtown, the parking is a little different. After it snows, we ask cars to move off the street between midnight and 6 so that our teams can clear out the parking bays and the street. And don't forget, move your RVs, boats, and trailers off the street now and into a winter storage location. Our parking teams are out actively providing courtesy notices about the need to move those vehicles. We're also asking our citizens and businesses to be particularly diligent about clearing their own sidewalks and ADA ramps in front of their business or in front of their home, with a goal of creating a 36-inch wide path by 9 a.m. after a snowfall event. And these are really important for our pedestrians, our disabled community, and our school kids who are using those to walk to and from on a regular basis. We're also asking people to help your neighbors, get to know your neighbors. Help them, for those that are in need, with shoveling their sidewalks, their driveways. And remember, seniors and disabled can call 311 to get connected to services, volunteer snow removal services, before we receive the wintry weather, which we've already received a couple this year. Snow season really does require us all to work together. And next I'm going to introduce Clint Harris, our street director, to give you some more information.
Thank you, Scott. Throughout the winter, we will work hard to communicate effectively and simply with the public and the media, using all the communication tools available through City Channel 5, social media, and the city's website. During full city plow events, we will use the plow progress map to update more often to keep the citizens timely information where the plows are at. Watch for the neighborhood plow route map, along with some other snow plan details in your November city utility bill. Our response plan includes more equipment and more people providing plowing efforts on a regular basis throughout the city. In exchange, we ask for more patience from the public. Our employees are committed to improving our street system when it snows, and our goal is to make it safe for you to get around during the winter weather. Back to you, Mayor.
Thank you, Clint. Thank you, Scott. We're going to start by asking you a couple things to this winter as soon as possible. And again, moving your recreational vehicle, your boat, or your trailer off the street and into winter storage for the snow season. Also make sure that you have adequate snow shovels or a working snow blower. Maybe even consider buying some salt or sand for your own safety. And we all know that snow shoveling is hard work. So if shoveling is too difficult, consider signing up with a company that does provide that service, reaching out to neighbors, getting in touch with volunteers so our sidewalks and driveways remain clear this snow season. Or if you're able, see who in your neighborhood might help with shoveling or other winter work and offer to help. If you depend on on-street parking, figure out where you can park throughout the snow season. Our snow season runs November 15th through March 15th. Call 311 at the city or visit our website to learn what residential snowplow route you live in to make it easier to track progress in your neighborhood. We are here to help and will always do our best, but staying safe is truly a team effort. It takes all of us during the winter months. Thank you all for coming, and if you have any questions, we'll answer questions, but we also want to invite you to get a glimpse of the snowplows. The street department can help you get a snowplow ride if you would like, so you can test it out, especially if, I don't know if we have any newbies as far as the media, never been on a snowplow before. That's always something very, very fun. You can also watch our team install a plow blade on one of our trucks, and you can get a look at the liquid de-icer that they use on the streets. So we've got some right over here. Kind of looks like somebody's saying bourbon, but doesn't taste the same at all. Anybody have questions for myself, Scott, or Clint?
Yeah, I don't know who this is for, but with more people working at home, is there a shift in priorities in terms of which streets get plowed first, or how that might be different? Or is it the same approach, just sort of a different environment?
We've got a regular rotation with our residential streets so that everyone gets a chance to have their street impacted in a more timely basis. And we do that really to help each of the community members get that responsiveness. Of course, our biggest priorities are our arterial streets, which is where the majority of traffic are. It's our hills, it's our bridges. so that we address those. And it's even some of the residential areas also we address those hills early too. So we have a very set of a sequence where we're trying to address those that are more susceptible to the snow conditions and the majority of traffic, and then we'll rotate our residential streets. And as Clint mentioned, we have the city will have a map out on the website. When we have a full snowplow event, citizens can go out and see where we've been and where we're coming next and when we plan to get to them.
It was mentioned that there are like more repositories of salt and that sort of thing. Where are those, and how many of those? How many new ones do we have this year?
We've got another site that we've just developed last year out at the waste energy plant, and that helps the trucks on the west side. We're building a new site at the north landfill, and that site is under construction right now. We hope to have it operational by December, and that will help to service the north side of the city.
All right, well, thank you. Thanks for coming.